Okay, so here we're given a circuit that we would use in our house, a parallel circuit, and we are given that the circuit has 120 volts, and for each time it passes through a different wire, we know that the voltage would be the same, so we labeled them all 120. We were given the amount of watts in each circuit, except for each wire except for one, where we were given the number of amps. And so from here we had to calculate everything we could find. We started that by making a chart. So we filled in what we knew, and since it was a parallel circuit, the voltage would be 120 for all of them. We knew one of them would be 2 for amps, but the rest we didn't know. We had to use Ohm's law to figure out the resistance and also the amount of power it used. And for current, we used P equals V times, not current, for power we used V times I. And so for the first one, we were given that it used 1500 watts, which is equal to the voltage, which is 120 times I, and then if we divide 1500 by 120, we see that the current is 12.5 amps, and we repeated that step for this one as well, where we're given it uses 500 watts, 120 volts, and we divide 500 watts by 120 volts to get 4.2 amps. And we just keep on doing that. And to figure out the amount of resistance, we use the equation R equals V over I. And we, for the first one, where we took 120 volts and put it over the current we found, which was 12.5 amps, and we were able to get 9.6 ohms. And we did the same thing for the bottom, where we had 120 volts over 4.2 amps, and then we got 28.6 ohms. The last one we did over here, where we're giving 100 watts, so 100 divided by 120 was 0.83 amps, and when we plugged it into R equals V over I, we got 1.4 ohms. And for the one where we were given the current and not the not the amount of power, we plugged in P equals voltage, which is 120, times the current, which we do know is 2, and we got 240 watts. And to figure out the resistance was 120 volts over the 2 amps, and we were able to get 60 ohms. And that is what we were able to figure out from this diagram of a circuit in our own house.